So I am over here just sitting in some things. Last night I felt really angry and I wanted to call somebody out and I wanted to say some craziness, but I stopped myself after I had initiated like trying to get into an argument. And then I just felt really bad because that's not who I want to be. That's not the person I've been. So why am I so angry? And why am I taking things out that somebody don't even have nothing to do with? Why am I taking that out on them? So last night, but then before I went to work, I went ahead and let them know like, hey, I'm sorry. I wasn't mad at you. I just wanted to be angry. And since last night, I had a long time to think while I was at work because I was like mostly by myself. And I've already had to, and just this week, somebody got smart with me because I was feeling some type of way. And I was only doing the minimum at work because it was an emotional day. It was actually my father's birthday, who passed away in 2008, and it was his birthday. So of course I was emotional. But while I was at work, this man told me that I didn't do something that anybody could have done, and he said that he's like, "You're effing worthless" at work, and I was just like, how could somebody just say that I was effing worthless? And I just felt like I'm worth something. Like, how could you say that to me? And I didn't cuss him out or anything, but I just was like, don't say anything else to me or I'm filing harassment. And then he just continued to go on about how bad of a person I was at work. And I don't feel like I'm that bad. I actually don't. I know I usually walk away from him because he says a lot of craziness. And he's very vulgar and all these things, and I've always put him down in my mind. I've always judged him because I'm like, how could he do, like, this older man just be so nasty and talk so crazy and just be so careless, and he's like lazy, and I'm thinking all these things I've always thought about him. So when he said I was effing worthless, I was just like, but I was thinking in my head, but I didn't say anything. I didn't give him a list. I went downstairs. I almost lost my job because I told my boss, I said, I'm not going back up. I'm not doing anything. I'm not working with him. Send me home. Put me off this thing. And while I was doing it, it was just like I didn't care what the consequences was. I just was emotional, and I just was angry, and I didn't want to lash out on this man who just said I was effing worthless, because I know I'm not worthless, right? Everybody's not worth, like, none of us are worthless. Like, we're all worth something. We just have to find that and value ourselves. And because, like, God really loves us. If he didn't love us, then, like, where would we be? Like, he takes care of us and all these things. I don't even want to even throw God at you, because some people get uncomfortable with that. Like, I don't want to throw God at you, because at the end of the day, we are not worthless. And I was just so mad that he would say that to me. But, like, I just had a conversation with a friend about certain situation. I was like, why they won't forgive so and so, and why is this, that, and that, and that? And it was just like, because they're wrong. And then I was like, but they matter. And they was like, they don't matter. And then it ended up turning to, you don't even matter, and you've done this and you've done that and you've been this, and you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I've been those things, but at the end of the day, like, why don't we just forgive each other? Why? And they was like, well, if it was so easy, maybe more people would do it. Why don't we start with you? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you stop this from happening? Why didn't you say this? And I was like, I didn't have an excuse. And I was like, you're right. I could have done this. I could have done that. I could have been a different person. But that just wasn't the way my life was set up. So long story short, like, I decided to make this video. My father was killed September 27th, 2008. I was away at school, so I didn't even get to see him in the hospital before he looked so different in his casket. I didn't get to see him before they prepare his body. I didn't get to see him for an entire week because I was two hours away, 4 hours there and back driving, waiting, anticipating to see my dad laying on the table, even though I didn't want to believe that he was gone. Like, I'm making this video because I was hurt because my father was killed in a violent incident where he was shot 13 times, execution style, because somebody felt like they wanted to take his life. My father, the person I looked up to the most, The person that I cared the most about, I call him my world because everything evolved around him. My father, Antoine, Ardett Watts. And nobody knew, when nobody shared what happened. Still to this day, there's not nobody locked up. It's been conspiracies. It's been all these things that said that people knew what happened and all these people that had something against him. My father, I don't have a dad anymore, and it kills me all the time, but I'm so grateful that God gives me joy. I'm so grateful that God gives me peace. I'm so grateful I'm not who I used to be because I was just angry for 3 years. All I did was drink, indulge in sex, talk to all kind of people. I never smoked or anything. Thank God for keeping me from that, but I hated who I was. I dropped out of school. I didn't care. I just hung out with people that weren't even my friends because I was hurt for 3 years. I had no motivation. I didn't go to church. I didn't do anything. What I'm telling you is, for 3 years, I did not care. But I'm so glad that God brought me out of that. I'm so glad God spoke to my heart. He changed everything about me. And then I'm motivated. I'm trying to motivate other people. I'm doing music. I'm in school. I'm trying to finish. And it's so hard because around this time, it's his birthday, February 27th. Around this time, I just can't keep it together. But I'm making this video today to be the first. I'm going to be one of the first. I'm sure other people have, but I just want to say, whoever killed my father, I forgive you. I don't hate you. For whatever reason, I don't even care. Even though it hurts so bad, I know my God is intentional. My dad took care of a lot of people, so I'm glad that he gets his rest. But for real, like, I forgive you. I'm sorry you had to do that. You felt like you had to do that. I'm sorry that you were in that position. And I'm sorry if you feel any guilt from it. And even if you don't, I forgive you. I pray for you. I pray that God blesses you. I pray that he can reveal you to yourself so that you can repent. I pray that he can save you. I pray he blesses your family. I pray that my brothers and sisters can heal from this. I pray for peace for my family. But I forgive you. Even if it was your fault, I forgive you. I have to be the first. I forgive you. I'm sorry you had to do that. I forgive you. I don't want to keep no record of wrongs. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. I pray God's mercy on you and your life. I forgive you. Whatever it is, I forgive you. Repent and be saved because we are such a people of depression, of grudges, and unforgiveness. I pray you just repent. Whatever it is, God said, I will love you beyond your faults. We may say that murder is the number one sin. At the end of the day, all sin is equal. I forgive you. I forgive you. And I pray forgiveness, it just fits into the heart of all my family. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. I cannot hold myself back because I won't forgive you. I forgive you. I wouldn't even, I thought I wouldn't go be as emotional, but man, we just have to stop living in the past. We have to forget about these things and remember Christ. Forgiveness is the only thing that's going to save us. Repent. Be saved. I love y'all.